Consciously eating.
So, Python, did you know that in Norse mythology, the Ouroboros is a snake that goes around and eats its own tail, thus symbolizing both infinity and the desire to accomplish something that may be seen as impossible to one another?
Oh, gee golly, Itano, that is very interesting.
Well, the reason I'm asking is that you're undergoing a task that some people may consider impossible, because your group is Avocado Lord, Slammer 4, and Madurg. So, given that these are your three opponents, I just want to know, which two of them are you going to beat to get into the A side of the tournament?
I'm gonna kind of avoid the question and say this. I mean, to be honest with you, like
Sure.
if I do shit, like no one's gonna care, right? If I do well, that's good for me. So no matter what happens, I feel like it's good for me. So
Yeah, it's a good way to
nobody
relieve some
expects me to
pressure
win
off of
this.
yourself. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good way to
exactly.
relieve some pressure off of yourself. Anything you accomplish is like, you know, justifies your efforts, and then, if you, like you said, if you feel that you lose to somebody, um, it's a hard group. Is the earnest take that I would have. Like, I would not be looking happy myself if I saw this group. I would be really concerned about my chances. So I think you've got a good mentality for it. Now that said, Alberto, he's muted. It's fine.
I
Wait a
don't think he
second.
has a mic.
Consciously, wait a second.
Yeah.
You thought you could get away from this? You thought you could let me interview other people and you would just be stuck in the back and you would be fine?
No, it's fine.
What
it's
is
fine,
that
it's
I see? Oh, wait. In group stage B, let's see. Mr. Winter, as opposed to Miss Spring and all of the other people from Vivaldi. Joshers 09. This is what happens when you kill the previous 8 terminations, like a mech terminator, predetermined to make sure that you have victory at all costs. Holy, actually just an ascendant right hand. And over there, whereas everyone else, just look at this. Everyone else is in like size 12 aerial narrow. Consciously Eating's name is in like size 7, like Helvetica or something.
Not even
it's fucking
Avocado
tiny.
Lord. Yeah, not even Avocado Lord or so. It's just my name.
So consciously, given that your name had to be compacted, otherwise you would have an outstretched impact, even on the size of the font styling of the group stage. Do you think you're also going to style on your opposition, or are you going to be like, I don't know, like Consolus 12, where you have some style, but it doesn't get used very often? Are you going to be in Group B or Group A after this?
I gotta be honest with you. Mr. Winter is like a complete like mystery to me. So I would need some information on Mr. Winter first. I know that he likes to play Beast, at least nowadays. But I'm not too sure that I can beat him. Like if he's I think in the past he was so good. And maybe because I was not playing at that time. I came way after him. So now the question is he really that good? And like, what is his background and stuff? So I don't really know about Mr. Winter. But I know Joshua's very well, and I know Holy very well because I play with Holy all the time, anyways. And with Joshua's, I know I played some games like a 2 versus 2, and I have seen some replays. And I gotta say, I can lose to everyone here in this group. Like I can lose to everyone. I'm not the favorite. I don't think I'm a favorite, and I expect to end up in the better league. So yeah, that's my take on this.
So I have another question for you. Do we need to invite Nigat in here so that we can get some brash American-esque vibe of thinking, like one person just saying, "I'm going to shit stomp everybody"? Because I remember how he was for the Pro League.
Yeah, it didn't end up well for him, no.
You know what? No, that was Beat Flitz. Oh shit, that was Beat Flitz.
Yeah,
Poor
Beat
Negat
Flitz
has
was the
actually
big
been
mouth,
mental.
and Negat
Poor
tried
Beat
to.
Flitz. Poor Negat has actually been mentally erased by Beat Flitz's impact in that tournament so badly. I replaced his name. Oh no! Don't add this in. Don't add this in, please.
Too late.
Well, at least he'll be able to get one over Beat Flitz by entering the event.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I feel
Alberto
confident
is
with
free,
Group
we
B.
can
Honestly, I think I can beat everyone, but I can also lose to everyone because the format is best of one, right? So maybe I can flesh out some cheeses and catch them off guard. I doubt it's gonna be working 2 times in a row. But if it does, I'm actually playing an Alpha League. But as I said, I expect to end up in better group, being beaten by Mr. Winter, Joshua, or Holy. All of them are pretty much better, or at least on my level. I don't think I'm better than anyone here. But even if I end up in Group Alpha, this would just mean that I'm ending up at the bottom of the Alpha group, right? Because if you take a look at the other players who are there, like Weird Red is the clear favorite in his group. Then we have Avocado Lost and Slammer, the favorites in their group, 100%. And then we have Matthew N, who's like in Group C. I know I played with Matthew N a bit, and I might be able to win a map versus him. But if it's a longer series, I doubt I win the series at all. Versus the other before mentioned players, I beaten them like 1 time or 2 times in like 50 or 100 games. That's not gonna work for me either. And yeah, I mean, then we have like Bresherm or Negat. Like I never beaten Negat, for example. Stevie Nader, I beat him like a couple times. I think we are pretty even, but I would be like bottom of the pack. 100%. In a better league, that might be different story, but all in all, I think I'm not a favorite for anything. Like either the group stage now or later in the beta or alpha group. I'm definitely no favorite.
I can't keep
So now that we
But
have the
anyways.
take from Python and Consciously Eating, I have to say
Been
the
crushing.
person who is not the tournament favorite, but is the favorite in my heart, for whom I wish all aspirational goals to be achieved, is Dion Tep. This man
God,
scored
yeah.
so many points in the last pro league. He's got the heart of a champion, the roar of a lion, and unfortunately he might have kitten claws because he's got like an uphill battle, right? He's like he thinks he's on an anthill and it's Mount Everest, but I wish him well on his climb. That's right. We're just
Well-
singling him out for praise.
Diantep is the MVP from last Pro League season, right? Or the season before, something like 3 or 4. I think it was Pro League season 3 where he was the MVP in Square Root's team of all. So I think Diantep,
That's something
don't
crazy
sleep on
like
him.
15 points over 4 weeks
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
he-
nutty
he-
thing like that.
he-
As the
Diantep was
last
crazy.
seed player, by the way. As
Yeah.
the last seed player, just completely
Diantep
wrecked
is.
everybody.
Don't sleep on Diantep, man. If he can, he takes the map of you, and he wins versus
Oh, I'm not going to sleep on
good players.
consciously. I can't sleep on Diontep. I mean, his name is his name anagrams to pointed. Like you sleep on Diontep, you get stabbed. That's right. You didn't think there would be anagrams in this analysis, but we're ready.
All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. Spot on.
There we go. There we go.
But do you think, like, will there be upsets in a group stage? You think that's possible?
I mean, it's best of one.
Yeah, with best of one, you
That's
can have
that's
upsets.
the-
But who's upsetting who? That's the question here. Is Alberto taking a map of I don't know, Matthew N or Stevie Nader? I can see that actually
Well,
happening.
Well, Alberto hasn't told us that he is going to stomp Group C so hard that their names are dust in the ash heap of history. So we're going to have to wait for him to get on the mic and wax lyrical about his chances.
Yeah, true.
Let's
But
see.
the group
I
of
wanna
death
see.
question, I like the which group is the group of death question from Square Root here. Actually, a lot of people think it's Group C. Not sure why though. I think what does group of death mean?
Me, it's the group that if you got seeded into. So I see where people like Square Root are coming from. I don't think that Group of Death is. There's a bunch of people and they're all hard matches. I think Group of Death is. I just look at this group and there's 2 people and I don't really know like where it goes from there. So, Python, I am pulling for you, but it does look rough, man.
I mean, Alberto called GG, so maybe a 1v1.
I will say I understand why Group C is a group of death for some people, because who wins between Matthew and Stevenator and Hydra? It's like one of those people will be in Beta League, and that's a strong contender.